Rebecca Gay was born on March 26, 1988, in Midland, Michigan. Her parents were respected members of their community. Her father, Thomas, a certified welder and deeply religious man, was known for his love of horses and raccoon hunting. Together, Rebecca's parents raised 4 children in a close-knit and loving environment, though they eventually separated, a challenging period for everyone involved. Rebecca flourished in high school, sharing her father's passion for horses by joining the equestrian team. Known for her gentle and kind-hearted nature, she volunteered for community causes and participated in charity archery events. She always put family first and carried herself with a quiet strength and compassion that drew people to her. During Rebecca's young adulthood, her mother began a relationship with Jon White, a man whose dark past was hidden behind a respectable facade. Born on May 20th, 1957, Jon served in the U.S. Navy before becoming a truck driver and later a church pastor. Outwardly, he appeared to be a family man, but his history was far more sinister. In the 1970s, Jon attacked a 17-year-old neighbor named Teresa Morris, stabbing her more than 15 times before attempting to strangle her. Miraculously, she survived and identified him. Jon served a short prison sentence and underwent brief psychiatric treatment, but by the mid-1980s, he was quietly reintegrated into society. By the 1990s, he lived a seemingly normal life, married with children, though he engaged in affairs, including with a woman named Vicky, who later disappeared and was found murdered. Despite his past, Jon became a trusted member of his community and eventually formed a close relationship with Sally, Rebecca's mother. He carefully concealed his violent history, presenting only a sanitized version of his past, earning the family's trust and affection. By 2009, Rebecca was a young mother. At 21, she gave birth to Conway, dedicating herself to providing him a stable and loving home. She earned a cosmetology certification, advanced to a managerial role at a retail store, and purchased her own mobile home. She later met Aaron Quinn, a supportive partner, and together they built a life filled with happiness and security. From the outside, Rebecca's life seemed perfect. A loving son, a stable home, a rewarding career, and a close circle of friends and family. On the morning of October 31st, 2012, Rebecca Gay failed to show up for work, something completely out of character. Alarmed, her fiancé Aaron and friends went to check her trailer, only to find her purse left behind and her car parked in an unusual spot. Concerned for her safety, they reported her missing, prompting police to launch a full-scale search after she failed to pick up her 3-year-old son, Conway. Investigators quickly noticed subtle but chilling signs: a red stain on the carpet and the driver's seat pushed unusually far back. These details, small yet disturbing, suggested that Rebecca's disappearance was not random. Detectives realized that the person responsible was likely someone she knew, turning a simple missing person case into a frightening investigation. Detectives quickly turned their attention to those closest to Rebecca, including her fiancé Aaron and her family. Their investigation revealed that Jon White, her mother's fiancé and the family pastor, had been at Rebecca's home that morning. While he claimed he had not seen her, suspicious injuries on his hands and nose immediately raised concerns. Friends and co-workers reported that Rebecca had often expressed unease around him, noting that his attention toward her had become increasingly obsessive. When asked to take a polygraph, Jon hesitated, but the results indicated deception. Combined with his inconsistent statements and growing evidence of prior violent behavior, investigators focused their scrutiny on him. Slowly, the pieces began to form a troubling picture, pointing to a man who was far more dangerous than he appeared, turning the investigation from a missing person case into a high-stakes search for the truth. Under pressure, Jon confessed. He revealed that for weeks leading up to Halloween, he had been consumed by violent sexual fantasies and dark urges, which he then acted upon that morning. Jon admitted to striking Rebecca with a rubber mallet, strangling her, and sexually assaulting her body. He then placed her remains in his vehicle, initially planning to abandon her near a bar, but ultimately leaving her in a remote wooded ditch. Remarkably, Jon then returned to the trailer, carried on as usual, dressed Conway for Halloween, and dropped him off with his father. The meticulousness and cold detachment of his actions shocked both investigators and the community. News of Rebecca's murder sent waves of horror through her community, especially given Jon's prior criminal history and his role as a trusted pastor. Teresa, his first known victim, expressed disbelief that the justice system had allowed him to be free. The community mourned, holding vigils and funeral services to honor Rebecca's memory. Jon was arrested and charged with murder. After a psychiatric evaluation confirmed his competence to stand trial, he pleaded guilty to second-degree murder following a plea deal. During the trial, it emerged that Jon had planned the murder over 2 weeks and had been preparing mentally and physically for the attack. Testimonies revealed his long-standing misogynistic tendencies and prior violent acts. On April 18, 2013, Jon White was sentenced to 56 years and 3 months in prison, the maximum penalty under Michigan law for his plea agreement. Rebecca's family voiced the full weight of their grief during the hearing, emphasizing the system's failure to prevent his previous crimes. Tragically, just 4 months later, Jon took his own life in prison, leaving the case with no further legal closure, but serving as a stark reminder of the dangers posed by violent offenders. Rebecca Gay is remembered for her warmth, kindness, and selflessness, a young woman who devoted her life to family and community. Her story highlights systemic failures in monitoring violent individuals and underscores the need for stronger prevention, intervention, and justice mechanisms. Her son Conway's future was supported by donations from friends and loved ones, a small measure of hope amid a profound tragedy. While the criminal system has evolved to provide stricter oversight and longer sentences for violent offenders, Rebecca's case remains a chilling reminder of the consequences when trust is betrayed and the darkness within a seemingly ordinary individual is underestimated.